Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Brooks Monaghan and Coach Conference Tournament right around the corner. You've got one match left at UAB. You're coming off the start of your last road trip. It kind of extends over to UAB this week, but you come back, you had a 3-0 loss at Tulsa. You're able to get a draw at SMU. Tell us about the weekend.
Yep, tough weekend. It continues from what we talked about last week. But, I'm not, I don't want to make any excuses. It's Tulsa was a hard loss going into halftime. We did some very good things in the first half. We're missing some key players, but you don't want to make that as an excuse. But second half, really they scored every opportunity that they got, and we didn't create enough offensively. But it just wasn't good enough. It definitely wasn't good enough, and we're at a point in the season where we believe that this group can come together and win a conference championship. And if we can get everybody on the same page to really believe that, put their head down and just work hard, it's definitely something that's attainable. But the performance that we had against Tulsa, we really don't give ourselves a chance. But moving forward to SMU, it was a better performance, again, without some key personnel, which, when every team's going to be missing a player or two, and every player, some players are more important than others, and I don't mean just important, but just how much they affect the team and what they can do, because we obviously have some players that make other players better, and you can go from a deep squad and just miss a few players to a very thin squad, and that's kind of where we're at. But again, with the SMU game, we changed some things up. Some kids got opportunities, and we got out of there with a draw. SMU is a quality team. I thought, watching all the film that I watch, I thought they were the best team in our conference that I saw on film. So I think, with us, we need to make sure that we take a positive out of that, just because of where we are right now. And hopefully by conference tournament, we'll have everybody, or most everybody, back and ready to make a run.
Unfortunately, it's time of the years when you don't want the injuries, you don't want the missed players kind of going down the stretch. It's something, if you've got to deal with it, you like to deal with it midway or early in the season. That way you can recover. It's just kind of unfamiliar territory right now. But as we talked about, you've got enough players with some experience that have been through the battles before. Yeah,
and every team is different, and there's no hiding it. Obviously, 30 players on our roster, and 25 are freshmen and sophomores, and that's okay. But when you do lose some key players, I think it really comes out. And the kids, we've had some kids step up, and we need some of those players that haven't played a lot of minutes over the season, not just be happy to get on the field, but to want to be difference makers. And there was I think we took a big step from Friday to Sunday with that. So we need to carry that into this weekend against UAB, and obviously, hopefully, we're as close to healthy as we can get come conference tournament, really make a run, because there's no doubt in my mind, the whole staff's mind, that this team can regroup and go win a championship, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's a good point you make, because when you've played college soccer before, and when you're fighting to get on the field, it's one thing. When you get thrown out there, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming at first. You kind of get your feet up from under you and kind of get settled in, and hopefully that's the jump you saw from Tulsa to SMU.
Yeah, and a lot of kids, everybody wants to win, but some people don't. It's hard to really get what it's about, to really put that jersey on and just give it everything you have. And, we've got kids learning that, but and that's where that jump came in. I thought we took a big step forward from Friday to Sunday with just the will to really not just want to win, but just put it all out there. And, if we can take that mentality and, we have all our options and, get back to playing our style, then I like our chances.
Well, you've got an opportunity, one last opportunity in the regular season, your final game at UAB this week, and a chance to grab some momentum before you go into the conference tournament. Unfortunately, it's a short road trip. It's just right down the road in Birmingham.
Right. You know, a perfect scenario would be, obviously, you know, with this tie against SMU to, you know, hopefully come in and get a win against UAB, which is, you know, it's going to be a very tough game. It's their senior night. It's their last game of the season. But for me, you know, if we were able to get that result, that would be definitely some momentum going into the tournament with us getting our players back, you know, everybody back for the most part, and you know, again, being able to make a true run.
And the road is not unfamiliar. You've had a lot of road games this year, especially late in the season, since you were so front-loaded with the home games. Yeah,
I mean, the road, it doesn't bother us, you know. I mean, and you know, a lot of people say, oh, being on the road is a disadvantage, and you know, I think the group likes being on the road, but at the end of the day, you know, the kids, they just, whether you're at home or you're away, I mean, you just got to put it all out there. And if this group does that, then again, we'll be in good shape.
All right, well, Coach, I'm not sure if we're going to get a chance to sit down with you before you take off to the conference tournament, but just kind of a general thought on the conference this year before you guys head out to UTEP.
Yeah, every year, I mean, I think the conference gets more competitive. You know, it's you know, look at it. I mean, UTEP, who we played in the final, they're out of the tournament. Mm-hmm. They're hosting the tournament and not able to play in the, you know, the tournament they're hosting. You know, Central Florida is in third place right now. We're anywhere from 4th to 6th or whatever it is right now. So, you know, it's obviously we're moving on to the Big East, but this conference, it's been neat because it's gotten stronger every year, and you know, I think. Come tournament time, it's any of those 8 teams can absolutely win.
All right, well, Coach, best of luck down at UAB before you head on down to UTEP.
Thanks.
That is Head Coach Brooks Monaghan. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.